We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. Sit down, fasten your seatbelts. I am going to break the internet because Ethereum is about to break mutual funds, hedge funds, short sellers, etc. I would also like to welcome all the shoppers to alt season because when ETH goes up, you get alt season. I would also like to thank our YouTube members for watching Toby call the bottom for a month. I would also like to thank our Patreon users for being in our Patreon and for people like Big Rich who bought the latest Solana report and are printing money. We have 13 reports. We'll go over that later. We're going to go over news and TA. We will answer your question. Why is this market mooning? Okay. The short answer, in case you're watching the market update in an elevator and you're going to work or you're going shopping, here's the answer. Everyone left. Everyone left to such a degree, seriously, this is a real story, that I'm getting phone calls now from people who have like private groups, trading groups. They're like, hey, Bill, can you help market my service? I'm like, bro, I got to market my own service. And of course, you nice people are not included in this, but everyone left. Not just here, everywhere. Everyone left. So how high is this thing going? I don't know. Remember the Bitcoin conference? Get a ticket when there's no reason to buy a ticket at 77K. And now we're going to have JD show up and bull post it all. Holy cow, right? Everyone is gone. So it's very simple, right? Extended elevator ride as you're walking to your cubicle. How high does it have to go before everyone comes back in? Or can the bus just leave and then by the time everyone gets in, ETH's at 5K? And you're like, Bill, ETH can't possibly go to 5K. And I'm like, well, you know what? You haven't seen the religious figure query, which I think I got censored for yesterday. But we'll just call it, we'll call it an ancient historical idea from GAN that even Toby looked at it. Toby hasn't been wrong about anything ever, by the way. I'll show you where the free stream is on my Twitter. We'll show you. Toby looks at this piece of research about Ethereum. And she's like, you know, bro, I do woo-woo for a living. Like, I'm a professional, and this may be a little bit too out there. But it's working. It's absolutely working. And you know what? To be honest, it's in line with her Ethereum prediction. I'm like, Ethereum's at 3K. Do we still like it? Yup. She would say, Ethereum's at 2K. Do we still like it? Yup. Then when Ethereum got to 14K, I stopped asking because it's just so stupid. There was nothing else to do down there but buy more. So naturally, we're going to go over everything. Literally, we're going to go over everything. We're going to go over charts, news. I'm going to stream until I can't talk. That's what we're doing today. So if you just got here, you're new, you don't know what's going on, you know, you're having a drink late night in Europe. We moved it up so our friends in Europe could hopefully catch the stream today. We're going over everything. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel, turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if you don't have 5 cents, hit the notification button. That helps the channel. Okay, welcoming who is here? Big Rich. Okay, thank you for the Solana report. You're welcome, sir. There is an incredible Solana report complete with a cowboy hat in the Patreon store. Indie Rock Crypto Bull Runner in the house with some Eagle King love. Stefan, a member. Dude, they're after it. These gaming coins, oh my God. Toby's been talking about this for a year. New Zealand Unstoppable, what's up? Right? Bobby, Calvin Jones, Renee. Right? Yes, we are breaking the internet. Your bass hurts. Welcome. Requiem, Leroy. What's up? New names. Hot Mess Express. One of our most classic members. Big Rich, T-Bone. Love you guys. Leroy, Ron. Gratitude to you, sir. Was this the ETH reversal? Dude. Not only is this is a DJ Bart Hendricks. Welcome, sir. Sir, not only is this the ETH reversal, This is the mother of all ETH reversals. This is going to make 2020 and 2021 look like a Cub Scout picnic. You know why? Because they've got the ETF. Because the ETF has underperformed everything. Equities people don't know that Ethereum is not good for meme coins. They don't know that. They don't care. They're like, okay, well, we got to buy something in crypto that makes sense. What do we got? Okay, MicroStrategy stock, MicroStrategy preferred stock, Bitcoin ETF, and Ethereum. Oh, wow, that Ethereum thing has been moving lately. Oh, look, it's way down. Dude, not for long. Not for long. Renee, Leroy, Ron, with that McAfee emoji, antivirus taken off. I am pounding the table. Price prediction coming up. It's already in the store, but, you know, we can go off a little here with an extreme chart that we have. Okay. Break the internet part 2. News. U.S. and everybody to trade talks in Geneva after a short break and a dinner and a good laugh about how, you know, we almost broke the whole world. Sorry about that. But, you know, the Orange Man would like you to do certain things so we can get along, and we'd like you to do them. And then when you do them, we will do it in such a way where we don't make you look bad, because we're really not trying to make you look bad. Oh, maybe we are. But we would prefer it if, you know, you let Twitter operate in China and then TikTok can operate over here, or whatever deal they're coming to. The point is they're coming to a deal. Remember this? Goldman, macro products shorting like they've never seen it before. U.S. recession around the corner. Has it occurred to anybody that the Orange Man might have been right about this? Or that everyone's going to see it the Orange Man's way at the deal table? Somebody said during the campaign, you don't have to like this guy. You don't. You don't. But you do have to ask yourself, who do you want representing you as a United States citizen at the negotiating table? Most of the time, negotiators and lawyers are not always affable, popular people. So what happens if the Orange Man won the art of the deal on this trade stuff? He got a currency devaluation in Asia, check in the box, right? The Japanese and the Europeans, the Europeans fell in line. The Japanese are next, check in the box. The Chinese have to do the deal now to prevent a currency collapse, check in the box. So what happens when tariff talk tops? So I have this graph. I don't know that people get it, but it's this really nifty thing from Perplexity, right? Where I was like, well, count up all the headlines for tariffs in 2017 and do like a moving average. And guess what? Every time in 2017, when tariff talk would top, Bitcoin doubled. It doubled like 3 times. And then at the end of the year, it went up 400%. Every time they stopped talking about tariffs, Bitcoin exploded. This is not any different. Right? There was a trade conflict. Nobody normally wins conflicts, but the optics have reduced the headline risk. And that just means crypto smokes higher. And because ETH is now going along with it, it's not just Bitcoin anymore. It's everything. ETH reclaims 2,500. It's like this and this. And that's the market update. Like, seriously, nothing is going to say. Ethereum before FTX was at like 3,500. So ETH went up $1,000 from 1,400 to 2,500 roughly. And now it's going to go from 2,500 to 3,500 on a line. And I got the Middle East historical query to prove it. Now, if you're into this and you don't have any money, or if you do have money and you're wondering about how to spend it to make life-changing money on this massive alt spike, which could last months, we have an accidentally free VIP live stream pinned to the top of my Twitter, which is crypto_noble. So if you want a taste of what we're doing, you want a taste of Toby telling you for a month, we had 13 altcoin videos in the Patreon store over the last month. 13 going buy. YouTube member, we did 100x coins. We did everything. At the last podcast, I'll show you. Oh my God, antivirus. Stealth breakout through a Fibonacci speed resistance line. Look at this. This was the high uptick before winter. 6 cents, next stop, right? They broke through this line, and when they did, it went up. Sometimes you break these lines and nothing happens. They went down, they broke the line, they retested it, boom. Boom. 4 million market cap on this thing with a talking dead guy. And you got Silicon Valley wants to get involved in stablecoins. And Europe put in something, which I have on my Twitter, just in case you think that I'm going to stop about this thing. I'm not going to stop about this at all. McAfee, only you have the power to free yourself. If you are a prisoner, it's because you choose it. Choose not to be. May 8th, 2019. The last mega bottom. Here's an antivirus chart from the price prediction. 44 cents was the high uptick in January. So the other chart was like maybe 26. Here we are with the bigger the base that you can't even see. 4 cents. Okay. Next stop, 44 cents. Don't believe me? Okay. That's all right. I mean, I understand it, but hey now, look who wants to do stable coins in the metaverse. Right. These characters have your interest at heart, right? And of course, they care about your privacy. Okay. Okay. And here we are where you have the Europeans. Love this. This is like happening. Spain to slap 150,000 euro fine. I'm reading this right? 150,000 euro fine on any citizen who doesn't give 24 hours notice by withdrawing over 3,000 euros in cash. 150,000 euros. If you need permission to touch your own money, it's not yours. That's Spain, right? They're going full George Orwell 1984 in England. So I will leave it up to you what you want to do with a privacy meme coin with a talking dead guy that has email, there's so many privacy figures. I can't go into it because it sounds like too big of a shill. Bitcoin, privacy all day. Congress doesn't want to do stable coins. Excellent. The vultures will. Excellent. Really excellent. Buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy Solana, buy XRP. Oh my God. This stable coin thing where all these characters are involved and they want fast money. Okay. XRP, $3 coming right up. It's alt season. That means all of them. XRP is next. I have a price prediction for XRP. I have a video for XRP, $60. My GAN model is cranking out research at such a pace, I can't keep up with making the videos. I'm going to have to quit my job. Britain to ban consumers from buying crypto. UK financial regulator sets out proposal to, regulate much of the digital asset market. Yeah, okay. Regulate the digital asset market so you can't access it. But, hey, Mr. President, we're with you on crypto. That was that headline from the, yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. My grandmother's from Manchester. I grew up a Winston Churchill fan. I'm named after a guy who fought at Normandy. He had all these cool, Royal Air Force patches. I used to pin them on my shirt when I was a kid. The RAF, the Royal Air Force. The English were they're like historical heroes for a certain generation in the United States. Dude. Bitcoin, crypto. I saw something on Lunar Crush. Eagle Kings got me into Lunar Crush. There's something called DeFi AI. I just sent it to Toby. So DeFi AI, and there's 25 coins where, AI is going to go do it for you. And hopefully they can do it privately so Big Brother can't see it. Naturally, it's up to newspapers to continue to FUD the fact that somebody made a whole bunch of money from buying the Melania meme coin. They have to keep FUDding those meme coins. Okay. Well, you know what? You go do that. Because you know what? If the orange man wins the trade war and they start accepting Melania at Target, I mean, everyone laughed at me when I talked about that. Now, naturally, it all went into winter, so I had egg on my face. But They're taking crypto at Steak and Shake. How soon do you think they're going to be taking Melania at various, like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, girl-centric retailers? It's going to happen. And most of the people who bought that stuff don't sell. They bought it as collectibles. Trump crypto-friendly stance lures firms to the U.S. market. You don't say. You don't say. And I really like that they have the green button. If you look closely at the astronaut for the thumbnail, I got lucky. The Eagle King showed me how to do it, right? And there's a little green buy button on the astronaut's chest plate. Dude, the orange man is like, please come to the United States and please hit the green button early and often. The higher it goes, the more popular he is. So they're going to bull post this every single day, right? And it's Saturday. We haven't seen Lutnick. We haven't seen any of these guys on the tape on the Sunday morning talk show, because whether they've won or not, they're going to take a victory lap on the trade war, and then they're going to start pushing Bitcoin. Lutnick is borrowing money to buy Bitcoin as we speak. And Bessent, rightly so, is horrified that either the banks or Silicon Valley got the stablecoin bill killed. I don't know why they did that. They were supposed to be a big buyer of treasuries. Wow, okay. So we don't want the good people to do stable coins, but, I don't know. Jamie Dimon and Web 2 characters are happy about it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I got a lot of news for Jamie Dimon and Web 2 characters when McAfee starts talking. McAfee's already talking about decentralized systems. His YouTube podcast came out 2 days before the vultures got themselves into stable coins. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for months, and we are going to keep helping you. Michael Saylor. So you're into crypto, and you just got here, and you're like, okay, what do I do? Here it is. Buy higher, pump harder. That's it. Crypto finance textbook, a text. Buy higher, pump harder. Actually, it's BTFD. It's buy the dip. It's DCA like Big Rich and the mighty Spartans of the Patreon group, right? Toby, who has not been wrong about anything. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Toby gets on every podcast and says, hi, I'm Toby, and I'm here to visit you from 2050 and tell you that crypto is here to save you from everything that could, adversely affect you. And now, thank you very much. I'm going to have the rest of my margarita and get back on my spaceship to go back to 2050. Buy higher, pump harder. Now, that's not always a good strategy at the top, but when you're buying breakouts, keep in mind, this is going to be the strategy of every big player who already owns it. And who already owns it? Michael Saylor, Larry Fink from BlackRock, right? Who owns it? And I don't even know if Larry Fink's going to bull post it because, yeah, he manages the ETF, but that doesn't mean BlackRock's funds own it. Matter of fact, I know they don't because they're like, well, we only want a 1% allocation. Wow. How to get fired, right? How to get fired in one tweet or less. Member request for render. All right. So while we break the internet, we just go right into live TA, which we can do. We can go back and forth because I know y'all love that. Okay, so render. So breaking above the 200-day moving average, right? Money flowing in. Classic LuxAlgo. They took it up to the 200-day moving average. They dropped it. They got everybody out. So, they dropped it, vertically, got everyone out. They dropped it back to the lows at the discount zone, got everyone out. Even though at the discount zone, it was a screaming buy. Took it up to the 200-day moving average, dropped it, got everyone out. This right here, literally. And I know this for a fact. This was the last person leaving crypto, close the door, and turn out the lights. Hit the 200-day moving average, collapsed. Everyone's like, I'll wait for confirmation to buy it. Well, guess what? You just got confirmation. We bought the dip instead. So did Big Rich, right? And who's Big Rich? You're wondering. That's the people in the Patreon group. There's a chat in the Patreon group. There's like a community. So you can hear what they have to say as well as what I have to say. And Render can go up another 34% before it gets to equilibrium. See, this is why this is mind-boggling, right? This is why it's buy higher, pump harder. Because some of this stuff is down so much. And this is one of the top three. This is one of the top 3 AI coins. Right? It's like buy AI. Where are you going to get AI? We going back to NVIDIA? You're going to pretend like Microsoft is an AI stock? It's actually not. It isn't. AI forecast, May to August, most explosive setup. Toby looking outstanding in pink. Outstanding. And of course, we have the Solana 7. The new Magnificent 7 in the Solana universe, spit out by our GAN model, which, along with Toby, hasn't been wrong about everything. Caught the bottom in Pepe. Oh, by the way, I don't even know where Pepe is right now, but it's a lot higher than when the GAN model tagged it. Like, people, I'm just going to go off. And while I'm going off, I'm going to give you all the information that you need to get busy, right? Like, I got the products. I got stuff for 20 bucks, 40 bucks. And then we got this stream if you got no money. You'll know what to do after we're here. The single names are elsewhere, but you'll get it. Decade-old Bitcoin whale emerges. Transfer 207 Bitcoin worth $112,000 profit. Excellent. Sir, do you have Bitcoin for sale? Yes. Okay. Do you need to pay your bills? Yes. Okay. We'll take all that Bitcoin. Thank you very much. Here's your money. We got a line. It's like a New York deli at 12 noon. We got a line of guys outside the door. Next. We'll take all of that. Thank you. All of it. I don't know where they're going to get the supply. Like, most likely this guy's idea, somebody enticed him to sell. He's probably getting phone calls from institutional or huge brokers going, sir, do you want to sell? That's what Wall Street salespeople do. They call people up and they say, hey, we have a buyer. Are you a seller? Stablecoins should be treated as a currency. You're right. They should. And some reason, I don't know what reason, Congress was all hot to trot and then they weren't. Uh-oh. Did someone make a call? Did multiple people make a call? Uh-huh. Do they have your interest at heart? I think the powers that be are not happy by me discussing the people who want you to dine on grasshoppers. But the best way to get away from those people is to get yourself involved in crypto, because guess what? They're either going to stop you from getting involved in crypto or they're going to get involved in crypto themselves because it's a free market. And the time to get free and liberate yourself per McAfee is right now. Right now. And the softer sell, again, is with Toby. That free podcast is on my Twitter. In Bhutan, Bitcoin reserves, yeah, we do it all the time. I mean, this is like, not only is it going to be Bitcoin, but here's the real shocker. Somebody's going to discover ETH. Like, oh, we could do both because they got ETFs, right? No, okay. We can put this on our balance sheet. No problem. Everyone thinks there's something wrong with ETH. That's only crypto bros think that. Only the crypto bros. Crypto bros are short ETH. Meanwhile, the crypto bros are like, yeah, man, institutional involvement. They're going to pump my bags. Yeah. Hey, that requires you to have ETH in your bag, which is what people are now figuring out. Hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe they'll figure it out at 4,000. Cathie Wood stands firm on bold 700,000 Bitcoin prediction. Says bull case is 1.5 million. That's great. I would love to be one of these ivory tower guys, man. You sit up at the top of the skyscraper, you get paid $5 million a year to go on television and tell you Bitcoin's going massively higher without telling you what the world looks like at 700K, without telling you what the world looks like at 1.5 million. I don't even know if you have banks at that price. And no one is talking about like 100 and something. No one's talking about the targets that Toby has been talking about for 2 months. All these influencers that had buy in May and stay, where do you think they got that from? Oh my God. Based Pepe is taking off. Those guys are getting the comments of my Twitter. I'm afraid to even put it on the stream, but it is Pepe. Memes, they're back. The casino is open. Good. Young people need an opportunity. Give them an opportunity. If it's not pump.fun and it's not the excess that you had, and it's just people trying to do memes, like big memes, let them do it. Encourage it. I encourage it. You got to be careful buying stuff up 40%, but then again, who cares? Like, I don't know. Let's look at it. Where's and the Solana 7 has a meme coin that might surprise you, right? I talked about WIF on the stream being like absurdly oversold. Absurdly. I mean, can you tell there's a 20? Can you even tell there's a rally going on in WIF? WIF has been dead inside the discount zone. Inside the discount zone. Nothing goes inside the discount zone like small dead coins do. Look at this. It broke the LuxAlgo trend line. Look at this. Broke the LuxAlgo, this like weird trend line, which no one would ever think to draw. To be honest with you, I undersell this thing. No one would ever think to draw it. It sits, it gets out of the discount zone, bounces on the discount zone, and then it's gone. It's gone. 200-day moving average is well over $1. Like, how long do you think this can go on? A while. Pepe is not even near its equilibrium. They're going to be shaving zeros off that thing. And ironically, Elon was the one who I think got it going with Mog, right? 200-day moving average, pause, bounces off LuxAlgo support, boom. Like, try to find a chart that doesn't look like this. They all look like this. Or they're doing the bigger the base, the higher in the space thing gradually. And they're going to get to just about everything. Just about everything, folks. Right? Like, the second Bitcoin stops, this is the price action that you're going to have. Ethereum, Dogecoin suffering may erase 4 years, right? 4 years of declines. These coins have been dead for a very long time, right? Everybody thought it was over in January. It's not over. And if the Orange Man meme coin gets going, forget about it. Like I said, everyone's like, well, I missed it. No, you haven't. This just started. Why are we on Saturday breaking the internet? This is why. Even Doge, right? You know, is Elon going to come back? This thing is smoking. Look at this thing, right? I don't know, man. Is Elon going to get involved in crypto? Is he coming? I don't know. But this thing is just flying. Like, I don't know. Let's look at the Orange Man's coin, right? Because I think, you know, people forget this about antivirus, but, you know, antivirus came out in the shadow of the Orange Man's meme coin launch, right? And then everybody got all butthurt about it. And, you know, Twitter tried to stop it. And no one's going to stop McAfee. And no one's going to stop the Orange Man either. No one. Like, if he made the Chinese and all these characters like Ray Dalio's going, oh my God, it's a multipolar world. It's the end. Okay. Okay. What's the saying? Okay, bro. Okay. Whatever you say. I could do this all day. And I have no problem doing it all day. Because this hasn't even broken out yet. And all these head and shoulders formations are rather ugly, which makes them very useful because people cannot see them. Obvious formations, like if your AI bot tells you it's a head and shoulders, yeah, it's not going to work. If you can't see it, it works. Orange Man's meme coin has not broken out yet. $26. And a lot of these targets, like in antivirus, like at 44 cents, 26 cents, 44 cents. This is kind of where the give up trades start from, because that's what these meme coins do, right? They go up, they go down. There's one final rally, and if that doesn't work, it goes into like a winter phase. What's going to stop that once it gets going? Nothing. The lower quality, the lower quality, the more known memes, I don't know what you want to call them. Let's call them speculative assets. Hyper speculative assets always lead their way off the bottom. I mean, people who have been here just, it's like, Bill, can you stop saying that? I'm like, no, I can't stop saying it. I just can't, right? So JD, in some ways, JD is memeable and doesn't look like the sharpest tool in the shed, but actually he is very eloquent when he talks. I think that's how he became a senator, that and connections with big money. But what do you think he's going to say? Hey, everybody, I'm here. I'm the Vice President of the United States. Sorry, Secret Service made you wait in a 2-hour line to get in. I just came here to tell you that I think Bitcoin is great and I love you guys. Yeah, okay. He's not going there without something. The Sovereign Wealth Fund, to Strategic Reserve, something. It's better than what we got now because all we got before was nothing. And the term paper on the Strategic Reserve, per the executive order, is now something like 10 days late. The executive order said, get a plan, get this together in 60 days, and it's overdue. And how much you want to bet, JD has what I used to call at Goldman, the presentation in the pocket. Here's the presentation. And oh, by the way, I pulled this out of my blazer. And I was like, I got something else. Vegas, baby. Vegas. Do yourself a favor. And again, it's not like I make a lot of money on this. But it's cool that they let me in with all the other influencers to sell it, right? I'm cool enough to be included. Think about it. GTA 6 may have crypto. So may Nintendo Switch. You got any idea what happens to metaverse and NFT? Because I will tell you right now, there has been a certain theme in the YouTube member area podcast. These guys get involved. They're going to wake up NFTs. The Eagle King said it right before we went on the air. I didn't even think of this. They're going to wake up. They're going to wake up NFTs. They're going to wake up everything. This is an onboarding. This per Toby. Toby wasn't thinking GTA 6. He's like, yeah, we'll make some cute games. We'll have the little BitBoy, D-pin, play games to buy BitBoy. No. They're all coming now. All the Web 2 characters. Microsoft is not an AI company, so they have to become a crypto company. These Silicon Valley companies, they're so busy building data centers, they don't. It's hard to make profits on that. They have to just massively cut costs. Now it's like, wow, we can get cool and do crypto. Maybe that'll make our stock go back up. You don't think this is going to happen? Oh yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to happen at warp speed, right? Everyone in January, everyone out April, everyone back in again. Everyone is defined by corporations, sovereigns, tech companies, high net worth individuals, mutual funds, hedge funds, retail. Did I miss anything? You know that thing that they have for this cycle where they go higher? Yeah, it's higher. Nintendo denies use of AI imagery in Mario Kart on Switch 2. Just imagine all these little guys giving you crypto rewards for whatever it is you're doing on there. I like Street Fighter. I really like it, but when I play it, it's like I can play it, but then I kind of always die. So I have to buy the special book and read how to not die so I don't have to quit my job and play it all day. But, if you're going to give me Bitcoin or Ethereum or some pudgy penguin meme coin, I'll figure it out. So these things are now everywhere. So it's crypto winter. Now Solana price gained 500% the last time Sol Metric turned bullish and everyone left crypto. Everyone left, right? This is like what, a 14-day RSI? So that's old school. The market's oversold and it's turning higher on high time frame stuff. Buy breakouts, right? What is this telling you? This is telling you to buy breakouts. Last time Solana broke out, boom. Solana is breaking out, hence the Solana 7 in the Patreon store. We will be discussing that as soon as humanly possible in the YouTube member area. Like I said, this GAN model, which I've under-discussed and undersold, is so unbelievable that I can crank out PDF-based research at like two reports per day that say, these are the coins, this is when you do them, these are the coins short-term, and these are the coins long-term. I have one for ETH. We'll go over it later, right? Like this ETH report that I put in the regular Patreon area says, these are the ETH coins that'll do well from May to August. And there was, and it's so unbelievable. I know I talked about this already. There was only one ETH that the machine said would do well summer and rest of the year. Only one in the ETH universe. That's in like the $20 Patreon area. Bitcoin won't see gigantic buying until laws greenlit. Won't see gigantic sovereign wealth fund buying. Right. So at 100, I kind of liked it. At 77, it was radioactive like Godzilla. I couldn't touch it. It was going to burn down my city and stomp on us all. But at 150, it will be much more attractive. And at 250, it'll be a must-have for my portfolio. Don't you love legacy? Love legacy. The only thing legacy's done right with crypto, I don't know, in quite some time, is BTFD in the Bitcoin ETF. And now they're going to take ETH, and ETH is going to 4,000. Just saying. Ditch fake money, says an Armageddon guy. See, the apocalypse crowd, right? This is the only guy that's done the apocalypse correctly, right? He's like, you know, it's all over. It's Ray Dalio, buy Bitcoin. This is the only guy that got it right. I mean, you go to a bookstore. I went to a bookstore just to see if they have crypto books, just to see. This guy's face is everywhere. Rich dad, poor dad, get out now. Get in Bitcoin. It's the only guy that has it right. All these macro heads, you know, Paul Tudor Jones was talking about Skynet wiping everyone out. Ray Dalio on Sunday morning TV in his suit, you know, $25,000 a month PR agency getting him that spot. Wrong, wrong, wrong. If everyone's thinking the same thing, something else happens. Bob Farrell, 1991. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETFs, $356 million in inflows. Okay, how would you manage market rotations? Okay, so this is a good question. This is about what Toby calls buckets. So the short answer to that question is watch the YouTube member podcasts, because one of the things that Toby does is tells you, okay, here are the sectors, here are the coins. Now we want to rotate from this to that, right? So it starts with, I'll just give you a hint. It starts with AI and then spreads out, right? It's like you manage sector rotation. Stuff will go up 50 or 200%, sell and buy something that underperforms. That's how you manage it, right? Like certain, I mean, what's been taking off? Like Tau, Big Rich bought Tau at like 175. It's like, you know, what has he got? Like at least a 1x off the low. So, you know, you buy when it's down and then you take whatever goes up 200%, sell, and then rotate. Probably the next rotation, per what Toby said, well, you have to watch. This is the free podcast. She can tell you, but you got to watch it. Okay. So the short answer is buy the free podcast. The shorter version is buy quality stuff when it's at zero. And then as soon as it starts to outperform, rotate it out of that and into something else that you know is going to do well. And how many sectors are there in crypto, right? You know, gaming's probably going to come out of nowhere. You know, DeFi, AI, real world assets, right? They're going to explode one at a time. There's the ETH ecosystem, right? Which is not done exploding. The Solana ecosystem in the report, Solana's down today. You want to know what a hot sector is? Like an undervalued sector, hence the report. Laughably, Solana. Why? Because it hasn't gone up yet. Everything's breaking out. Solana is like sitting at 170. Hence the report, right? Like AI forecast, right? Right? the Solana prophecy, the long-term roadmap. And don't forget, like we're cranking out little 100x coins. Like it's our job. It is our job. So yeah, we got it waiting for you. Please come visit us. Right? Buy what's down, sell it when it 2x's, rotate into something else is the short answer. UK to become a safe harbor for crypto with new draft rules. The UK has unveiled a draft, like Congress and stablecoins. Yeah, okay. That align digital assets with securities law, aiming to position the country as a safe harbor. Okay. Okay. Besides Bitcoin, which coins achieve monetary premium? Ooh, that's a good question. So, there's actually a very simple answer to that, I think. And I think it's XRP. It's got to be XRP, right? It's got to be fast money. Like XRP, Solana, and probably ETH too. But it's probably XRP because of the fast transaction speed. And Solana, because Solana can be done out of a downloadable Phantom wallet. And I also think institutions are going to do Ethereum for DeFi. So Ethereum could become an institutional DeFi network. And XRP is money. I mean, this thing that the Eagle King showed me, like, you know, ISO 20022 says, you know, banks have to be online with payment systems that involved crypto, which is Stellar. I think it's like Stellar, Algorand, Hedera, XRP are all in this ISO 222. My dark horse for money is Bitcoin Cash, right? Right. So the Eagle King is popping this out right here. Top ISO compliant cryptocurrencies. They have to start using this somewhere in November. They have to. That's why this thing has like this name. This is like an official thing. Like for real. XRP, Stellar, Cardano, Hedera, XDC, Algorand, QNT. By the way, QNT was smoking before this rally started. QNT got this whole thing going, and the GAN model loved Hedera as like the coin of the day. The GAN model does do coin of the day. Coin of the day, and the GAN model is also into Chainlink, by the way. Digital token identity. I mean, there's no end to this, right? Crypto as money. Don't forget, with AIntivirus, you can buy a gift card. You don't have to cash it out through an exchange. So if you live in North Africa somewhere or wherever you live and you'd like to get a Visa gift card, you can actually get one with AIntivirus. And by the way, no one can see you do it. So if you don't have an exchange or a bank account or anything, you can get a freaking Visa gift card with AIntivirus privately, right? And these things create, you know, the mixers and the privacy functions. They have token burns, right? So you have like functionality on this stuff. You know, there was a story in AIntivirus about a guy in El Salvador whose wife went to the hospital and they only had one phone. So the guy went to the store, he bought a burner phone or whatever, went on the AIntivirus website, bought an eSIM card for like $5 US, literally, activated the phone, and they could do Telegram and text while she was in the hospital and wrote in to thank the project. Think these Silicon Valley characters and Jamie Dimon are interested in what happens to the guy in El Salvador? Think they're interested in you? How do you get interested in you? Guess what? You have fun. You put on your Mog glasses. You do whatever it is you have to do. Just get involved. If you lose money, don't lose the rent. But if you lose money, you get back up on your feet and you just try again. Right now, we're in buy the breakout zone where, I'm literally like, look at my face. I'm shouting into this thing. By the way, anybody who's watching the short videos, apologies. I'm coming through too loud on the live stream and not loud enough. I think we fixed it, right? Content we have, thumbnails and microphones. Sometimes Boomer has problems with that. We'll get it together. Real world assets. Okay, so real world assets had like some sort of like scam issue with one of the marquee tokens, OM, and no one will touch it. Guess who loves this sector? I won't tell you. I won't tell you. This sector hasn't even been traded yet. And after this debacle that they had recently, that BlackRock has to make this happen, right? The global bond market stopped functioning for 72 hours. And I guarantee you, no one in legacy is ever going to forget that, ever. Like that was almost, it almost broke. That was almost Ray Dalio's dream. And then what really happened was 3 days later, stocks went down and Bitcoin went up for like 3 days. And that was it, dude. That was the Bitcoin standard. That was it. That was the Satoshi white paper moment. Bitcoin yet to get 150K because outsiders are ghosting. Michael Saylor, though, says those less committed to Bitcoin took the opportunity to exit the market after Bitcoin's price surged. And he's right. Whales. They're like, oh, wow, look how smart I am. I'm selling at 100. Oh, my God, I went down to 75. I'm a genius. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's at 104 again? And I held it for 15 years and I sold it? Damn. And Michael Saylor bought it all? Oh, no. How am I going to get it all back? You're not. You're not. Or you might buy the next best thing. You might start buying Ethereum. This is a very common thing in legacy. People go, okay, I missed this, or I can't get liquidity in product A. What is related to product A? Like, I missed Microsoft, so I'll buy Apple. Right? That's how they think. Oh, okay. Bitcoin left. Oh, let's get some ETH. It's going to happen. XRP is next. XRP is next. Like they got caught with Ethereum. They cannot get caught again. They sold their Bitcoin. They weren't long Ethereum when it took off. If you get 3, you get fired. You're fired. They can't miss XRP. Either XRP or Cardano are next. Both of them. Ironically, like we had one set of GAN work with the historical research. Another one wanted to go heavy Solana and Cardano, and that still may be right. So who do we got here on stablecoins? God, what happened in Washington? 1 minute we had Besant, we had Lutnick, and we had like all this financial royalty that wanted, Congress was down and everyone was into it. And then all of a sudden, you got Web 2 characters and Liz telling us how it should be in stablecoins. I'm like, okay. Well, we're just going to have to moon it harder. In other words, who stops this? Like, who changes how this all works? How do you get rid of Liz? No, easy. You take Bitcoin to 250. You take ETH to 8K. You take Solana to 600. How long could that take? I don't know. A year, maybe? Right? In other words, just take it up until they shut up. I kind of like that. That's catchy. Take it up until they shut up. All these characters want to do stable coins. Okay, whatever. Right? It's like, here, come do stable coins with us, and we'll give you a 25% coupon on barbecue flavored grasshoppers and 10% off, a 5-pound bag of teriyaki bugs. Or you can buy ETH. Seems clear to me. Seems clear to me. Lido proposes a bold governance model. Just as a point of information, I lost that. Sorry. Yeah, there is an ETH ecosystem. There is. Derivatives, trading, banking, lending. And meanwhile, this is what passes for crypto news. 2 kids, theft. Make sure, like Texas style, you have your crypto locked up and you have your, you know, you have your toolbox next to your bed and multiple other places in your house. Texas style. So feel free to check out the latest, you know, YouTube member podcast. Don't call it a comeback. She's been here for a year. Get in. Here's why. Buy in May and stay. You know, she had to call in May when this thing was pooing on itself. This thing was cascading lower. If you watch some of these podcasts, like I'm so depressed and beat up from having to stare at this thing all day that she does most of the talking. And then you find out guys with 1 million followers picked up, you know, buy in May and stay. Because normally in equities, it's sell in May and go away. And she was the one who told you in January, I can't stay quiet 2 weeks ago, that this is not going to be like any other year. It's not. So I used to make a living with sell in May and go away. And I listened to her. You know, you got to ask yourself, like, you may listen to me and who am I listening to? I'm listening to her and you should too. Right. And, you know, people don't want to do that because I don't know why. Right. She's a good looking blonde woman. So maybe she doesn't know anything. Well, I would encourage you to recompute on that. Seriously, recompute that. Because she was all over this. Like, look at this. Look at this thumbnail. Are you consistently panicking about crypto? Not worried, dancing in a discount outfit. And here's me a month ago. A month ago, I was panicking and she wasn't. That's it. I was panicking, but didn't say sell, or I didn't sell. We bought more with what money we had. We absolutely bought more. Like, oh, wow, you guys want to give us Bitcoin at 80? And she said, she gave you some levels. Like, yeah, you'll never see these levels again. Ever. Okay. Yes, ma'am. March on. Get in there. Okay, let's talk about XRP. What's going to stop this? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Here's your breakout from your LuxAlgo triangle. Okay. We got a Fibonacci circle pattern, which I drew eons ago, probably from a long-term price prediction. Right. Hits the bottom of the LuxAlgo trend line, the Fibonacci circle line. And, you know, you realize that XRP equilibrium is right here where we're at. So XRP is in like a state of balance. You got to watch out for anything that's in a state of balance. I mean, you can have 317 easily. They are at the, you know, and I'll tell you right now, this is Gigachad from the Eagle King. And I can already tell you what this is going to look like before it loads. This, and we talked about this yesterday, and I'm just going to keep right on talking about it. This is hedge funds and algos. Algos are like, oh my God, the computer goes, what's called the highest beta? In other words, what moves faster than the market? What's the highest beta stuff? They don't care. The computer doesn't care. It's Mog, Gigachad, Solana memes. Boom. Even Toby, who doesn't like memes, said she has like a time frame for when memes are going to go. This is the warm up. This is the bigger the base, the higher in the space. And this is everywhere, right? This has a $284 million market cap. You know, see the algos. First, the algos were playing around with FART. Like everybody thinks FART goes up. I don't know, somehow by itself. It doesn't. It's an algo trade, right? Algos go along with it. General public jumps in, thinks something is happening. It's just an algo ramp, right? This went 50% back. I think they're all going to go at least 50% back. They're going to retrace 50%. Like the Orange Man's meme coin, 50% back is 33. It's currently at 14. You know, AIntivirus, the same thing. I've already oversold it. It's going to happen. Okay, Ethereum public service announcement. So Ethereum was at its discount zone. And what did I say? I said, I'm not buying at the premium zone. And I'm never, ever selling at the discount zone, ever. And I'm definitely not selling Ethereum. Like, just to tell you how absurd this is. So let's just go over this. So this was the give up trade, and ETH took this out and then some. Then it went to the 200-day moving average, and laughably they sold, right? See this wick? They sold. And I said that when you have markets like this, those intraday dips, everyone goes, oh, look, it's a wick at the 200-day moving average. And they back off. And then, boom, up 8%, blows through the 200-day moving average. All the algos FOMOing in because it broke the average, and everyone sits around and goes, oh, gee, I can't buy it. It's up too much. Really? Is it? Are you sure? I don't think so. Like, look at this. ETH versus Bitcoin. Okay. So obviously this is up only, taking out support, and ETH versus Bitcoin. Like, what do we got over here? You know what we got over there? Nothing. Nothing. So guess what? It's not too late. This is literally the end of the first inning for anyone who understands American baseball. It's the end. They play 9 innings. Each team gets a turn to hit. 9 innings. We're at the bottom of the first. Don't believe me? Look at the monthly chart. 9 bottom, 13 bottom. I mean, can you even tell that this is a huge rally in ETH from looking at this? ETH versus Bitcoin has been down only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. 8 out of the last 9 months, ETH has gone down versus Bitcoin, all the way back down to the 2019 level where altcoins will never going to go up again. I was working at an altcoin firm, and we were concerned in 2019 that altcoins would never go up again. We had no idea what the catalyst was. And then boom, we woke up to MetaMask and Uniswap. And it was like literally, hopefully you were wearing your seatbelt, because the altcoins went up so hard that the Bitcoin maximalists were calling my boss at the top. And they're like, all right, okay, what token should I buy? Because back then Bitcoin sat at 10,000 and did nothing, while altcoins just completely rampaged. It was a DeFi. The first round was a rampage. On Lunar Crush, I can't believe it. I got to find it. I found something on Lunar Crush, right? Here it is. I found something on Lunar Crush. The sector is called DeFi AI, DEF AI. So the Eagle King is getting me into this. And I'm like, oh my God, there's that many DeFi AI coins. I mean, I know about AIXBT. I know about that, right? But like most of this stuff, like I think we've done spec before on the YouTube live stream, but like I've never seen any of this stuff. Quant, I've seen this in another group, KWANT. There's all these like hedge funds, all this investing stuff. There's that many coins. So ETH goes, and then DeFi AI, the next AI trade in crypto, mark my words, the next AI crypto trade is going to be for real and is going to be so huge. Again, it's going to make NVIDIA look like a Cub Scout picnic, which is why I keep pounding the table. Like I said, we are cranking this stuff out. Like yesterday, in the last 36 hours, I think I've slept 4 hours. Really. Like, and I almost tried to go all night again, and I couldn't. I had to sleep today. But we're cranking these out like 2 per day. Contrarian Coinbase portfolio for crypto winter. Hence Toby in the fur coat, right? It's crypto winter after all. It was. If you're new to the show, we had a news article like 3 weeks ago. Not even that. 2 weeks ago was crypto winter, and like 7 or 8 days ago, we were never going to see alt season again. And all we did was produce reports harder, right? And if you can't buy the reports, you know, you can get a $4.99 emoji and get priority on comments. $4.99. Support the channel. We love you guys. Anyone who's out there supporting it, I don't know. Let's find a coin I'm on the air still, right? Okay. So what do we got here? What do we got? Oh, I know what we got. I'll give you something that popped out of the Solana report. Okay. Okay, wait, before I do that, before I do this, breaking news from the Eagle King. How high is the Trump meme coin going? Just in, Orange Man placed a statue of himself surviving the assassination attempt in the Oval Office. How things going? Right? Popularity, 100%, everyone in. Popularity, 0, everyone out. Now, everyone back in again. Everyone back in again. You notice how they're doing it to you on a Saturday, right? So first, they did it to you in Asia time because you had panic buying out of Hong Kong. I screamed about this. I understand no one believed me because it's very unusual for crypto people to understand, like, Asian currencies. So first they were buying it in the middle of the night. Now they're buying it on Saturday because they're panicking that they're going to come in on Sunday. And if they don't do something now, the Bitcoin ETF is going to gap up 10%. It's not going to stop. It isn't. Like, look at this. So one of the things I asked the GAN model for that Solana 7, like, all right, give me the 7 Solana coins in that universe that are going to do well between now and the end of the year. So between now and August, right? That's one category. But then I only want you to pick the Solana coins that are going to do well from now till September and then in the fourth quarter. And you know what? There was only like 7 coins that came out. You only got 1 in ETH. And then I said, okay. And as soon as I read it, it's a very simple thing. I was like, wow, this machine is telling me, Solana is going to be a dominant, like, DeFi, payment rails, AI, everything. Like, Solana is going to become like what they thought ETH was going to become, not just the casino rails. So I said, okay, given what you're telling me here with the 7 coins, what else is going to go up if Solana blossoms into what they thought ETH was going to become? And guess what popped up on the list other than Chainlink? Polkadot. I was like, oh my God, Polkadot. Toby was like, don't get off ETH. And people keep saying, do you like Polkadot? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And she keeps going, yes, yes, yes. She has to think about it because sometimes it trades so bad. It trades so bad. Oh, wait. It was in its discount zone for a week. And then LuxAlgo is like, how much support does LuxAlgo have to support? How much do they have to put underneath Polkadot? Polkadot is 50% away from its equilibrium zone. Polkadot is kind of like connect everything, like Chainlink, interoperability, massive transaction throughput. Supposedly the guy said they were talking to BlackRock back at Consensus when I went a year ago. Massive transaction throughput on Polkadot at basically 0 cost. None. No one wants to touch it. Besides paying through YouTube, can we get in, and which is better? Patreon. Okay. So Patreon is cheaper. It's cheaper, right? The membership, I think, is $25. So that's the middle tier offering. Okay. The store where you can shop and buy whatever you want, which is now like massively loaded because of the GAN model. I mean, I'm just like, I can't sit on this. I got to send this all out now. So it's preferred medium, right? YouTube is podcast style with some videos, like special stuff, like the Solana 7. We're eventually going to get that in there, right? Patreon, the membership is like the stuff like the biblical research, like the stuff I did on ETH. The antivirus price prediction is in there. Plus what we call the 6th Street Crypto Podcast, which is like a raw 6-minute version of what I do here. Unbelievably, Patreon, which they never do this, they censored 6th Street Crypto from last night. Too many curse words. I'm going to put it on Twitter. After editing it, hopefully they don't shadow ban it. similar to what we're saying here, just a little bit more aggressive. So Patreon is cool because Patreon allows me to put charts in the body and a video at the top, right? And the reports can be like that too. Some of the new reports are just PDFs, right? So you don't have to sit there and watch a video and take notes, right? That's why we're doing preferred medium. So YouTube has got Toby. Anyone who's not listening to Toby is crazy. Because again, people in this group are it's literally printing money. Patreon is cheaper and allows you to shop a la carte for what you want in the store. And this GAN model, like I said, part of my problem, and this is a good problem to have, is I got so much quality research, I'm not sure where to put it all. We just started with the Patreon store. We're just like, get it out there. Just get it out there. Because it's so good. I don't want somebody coming in and paying $20 and downloading 6 months worth of research. So it's a la carte. Now, if there's prices in mind that you guys where you can shop at, maybe we'll do a Memorial Day sale. But if you got the money, oh my God, please don't tell me private groups. These guys are charging like $250, charging huge amounts of money, huge, right? Okay. So hopefully that answers the question. Patreon is the middle tier offering. Patreon also has Q&A. Okay. And you do not need to be a member to shop in the Patreon store. Just saying, like, you know, it's in the link down below, the link to the store. So you can go to the store and shop without being a member if you're allergic to monthly fees, which again is why we have the store. And then, you know, the parabolic, oh God, look at this. Okay. So I'll give you a hint. Here's an AI coin that Toby has been pounding the table on. Not just that, but it's in every single GAN report. How high do you think this can go? This PAAL, this AI agent thing. Toby bought the low in virtual, by the way. The low. I think we were wearing, somewhere at the low, we were wearing cowboy hats. I have to find the stream. I may never sleep again. Look at this. The head and shoulders bottom, clear breakout. So what have you missed? Nothing. It's up 21%. Who cares? Who cares? Right? Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder to buy the dip, but you know what, folks? It's going to be a lot harder to buy the dip if it breaks out of these expanding triangle formations on LuxAlgo. These expanding triangle formations with these downward sloping wedges, that's FAFO. That's miss that and find out. Find out. People are finding out today like, oh, wow, look at this is up. Look at this. Like, just to have a funny, my mother used to say that. Just to have a funny sushi swap. That's Toby like. I haven't asked her if she still likes this. Expanding triangle. LuxAlgo puts support underneath. And what do you think is going to happen in ETH DeFi when they start taking out the 200-day moving averages? And like I said, Solana hasn't even moved yet. Like, you know, no, someone was asking, like my answer was a semi-smart answer. Okay. ETH's up 10%. Solana hasn't moved. So as soon as ETH stops, what's going to happen? Bitcoin went up. ETH did nothing. Then Bitcoin stopped. Then what did ETH do? It went up. And then ETH will go up. ETH will go to, you know, I'll just tell you where ETH's going. I mean, I did this yesterday and I'll do it again today, right? Because my name is Buck and I don't, you know, I think they're censoring me. I think I'm talking too much about, you know, teriyaki glazed grasshoppers, or I don't know. I'm saying something wrong here, but saying something right for you guys because I love you guys. We are on it. We are on it. We are hotter than a pistol barrel. So on the weekly ETH chart, naturally, they had to take it down here for, you know, 6 weeks. That was the old rubber glove check to make sure you still wanted to be in crypto. We'll check. We'll check. Back inside the range. And when you take out the bottom of the range, you turn around, you go back up here and you take out the top end of the range. And the top end of the range is at 4,000. That's the weekly chart. Then if that's too much for you, right? You have the monthly chart where ETH at 3,800 stoned ETH like 7 months. Even when the whole market was like bull-tard, they couldn't get through 3,800. That's where the market was prior to FTX. We can't reset Ethereum back to where it was before FTX. That was 3 years ago. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Yeah, we can do all that. Okay. So yeah, so let's get the I don't know, man. Hopefully they're not shadow banning me for this, but yeah, okay. So here's the GAN work. The machine comes up with this. So May 5th, that's the 5th day of the 5th month, and 2025 is the 5th year of the decade. Interesting, right? So on 4/29/25, I published this thing because GAN was into the number 5, because apparently if you read a famous religious textbook, if you read the second half, the life of the famous figure is chronicled for about 5 years. So what happened to this individual? Again, sorry, the views, I have to keep it clean. Okay, so what happened to this individual? Well, he suffered in an epic fashion. He perished. He rose again. He floated up into heaven, called an ascension, and then he became sovereign, meaning he became a movement. The Romans picked it up, and it's global. So what happened to Ethereum? Well, it suffered, it died. And if you go by, you know, this book, right? 5 years of this religious figure. So 5 years, 2025, May 5th, boom. Resurrection, the forecast per the model, the ETH high for May, 3,400. The ETH high for June, 4,000. And just snipped it out. Just reminded everybody that I got laughed at. Not so funny now. Not so funny now. This is going to happen. And wait till you see what the rest of this thing says. You think this is crazy? Oh my God. It's insane. It's insane. If that actually happens, you're going to have an alt season for 6 months. 6 months. People haven't seen alt season for 6 days. Outside of memes, you haven't seen all of crypto rally, I don't know, since 2023, maybe. Okay. Does Patreon get the GAN work? Yes, they get some of the GAN work for the members. So I gave them ETH, I gave them antivirus, excuse me. But so they do get GAN work. So does YouTube. They get GAN work. We filtered Toby's picks, Toby's 100x picks. I filtered it through the model and said, okay, here are Toby's picks. Give me the tactical stuff for the next 3 months. And then the 100x coins. And she's like, oh, wow, that looks great. So yeah, it's tiered, right? GAN stuff, $25, you get it. GAN stuff in YouTube member, yes, you get it on the podcast. Now the deluxe mega stuff that, you know, the AI spits out, the model spits out as reports, you know, we got to get paid for that. We're running a business. There's 3 people here. So like I said, you have choice of medium. Podcast, small reports, big reports. Rather than charging you $200 for one, you can mix and match. This gets more people involved who are overseas. Some people like it, some people don't. So again, preferred medium, right? GAN Lite, $25. YouTube plus GAN plus Toby, $49. And then in Patreon, you got to shop a la carte. You guys got prices in mind that work for you? Comment down below. I'll do the best I can. Maybe we'll have a Memorial Day sale. You know what Toby said? Toby's kind of the boss. She's like, big boy, I want 20 reports in the store. 20. This is 3 days ago. It's like, this market's going up. I want 20 reports in the store. I'm like, aye, Captain. I may never sleep again. Hopefully that answers the question. We appreciate your business, particularly the people who stayed. Spartans, the Spartans know who you are. They stayed. The Spartans of Patreon. So did the YouTube members. We appreciate your business. We do. Okay, back to breaking the internet. because I'm waving my hands in the air and I just don't care. Real world assets. You know what's shocking? I think it's shocking, and I don't mind talking about it because I don't think anyone's going to do it. Is Toby wanted to buy OM down 90%. This was like some kind of scam. Somebody did something. It was like no bueno. You have bag holders. It's like deep in the discount. So she's like, yeah, get some of that. And then she gave me another list to do a video and like plug into the model. She wanted to buy the whole sector. She's like, yeah, get some OM and get all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, well, okay. All righty then. You don't have to tell me twice. I mean, this could be up only, it could be. And then there's all this other stuff that I'm looking at here. Like, look at this. Look at what has Hedera done? Nothing, right? This stuff, like banks have to use this stuff. They got, I don't know. They got Karate Combat. They got Wendy O. They got all these influencers on board with this. No one wants to touch it. I mean, it was going to the moon. It was going to the moon in December, January. Now it's just breaking out, right? Like, what did my old boss at Goldman say? The playbook, right? First of all, never get bearish. Acknowledge downtrends, but as it's going down, never get bearish. The reason you do that is because when it really does turn, you're there. Psychologically, like, well, and now I have to cover my short and I'll buy the next dip and blah, 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 blah. No. You stay bullish when it corrects. Then when it bottoms, you're on it. And then you don't have a problem buying breakouts because you've been listening to so much bearish want that you're just like, you're angry. You're like, I'm buying breakouts. I don't care. 200-day moving average. Everyone's like, well, I'll wait for confirmation, right? See what they do from a TA point of view. They make you think it's not going to happen. They stick it there. It's going to go back down. They bore you out. This was bore you out and shake you out at the same time. This was like a double whammy. Bull markets, they wash you out. That's this complete give up trade. Then they bore you out. They bore you. Then they wash you out. Then it's up only. I mean, it's just like, if I ever wrote a textbook about bull markets, this would be one of the examples, right? They do everything they can to get you out. Everything. They mess up your head. You don't want to do it. You quit. I understand it. What? You don't think these things don't affect me? You got to be kidding me. I talk into this thing every day for at least an hour. There are days where I do 3 live shows before I got to head out. Right? This is that equilibrium. The premium zone in Hedera, which banks have to use, and is kind of hot with the crypto community. The premium zone is 84% away in a large cap American-made crypto. I think somewhere in here, somebody was asking me about the American-made crypto, right? And again, I see this question here about GAN work. Folks, GAN work will be everywhere. It is. It's in the antivirus price prediction. Want to know when antivirus is going to $1 billion? I'll tell you right now. At the end of 2026, I got the short-term target in the store and in the member area. And then this thing said AI super cycle. McAfee AI winds up getting interviewed and no one knows it's not him. And it's a card-carrying member of our DAO or a DAO. It's the leader of the pack. One man, one coin, 1 billion. That's the thumbnail. I can already tell you that. Oh my God, what is this? So while we're doing like TA school, somebody showed me something yesterday. We called this the synthetics formation. So back when token metrics started, which is probably a great thing to check out now, by the way. Token metrics, blockchain crusader, and something called crypto Zazz, S-A-Z-Z, for quant stuff. Those are my homies. Well, I don't know if token metrics is my homies, but I got a lot of respect for token metrics because they're still going. All I know is when synthetics came out, when that model for token metrics came out, we watched the ranking system. It was me and BitBoy, and I think, you know, the guy who runs it on a stream looking at it. And the thing at the top was synthetics at the time. And synthetics, the reason that I figured out that AI had some unbelievable qualities is because the AI could read two waves, meaning it goes up and then it is square. This is how ETH historically, and I noticed because I drew the entire history of ETH by hand when I started this because I didn't understand it. So I just drew it all by hand, this giant wall chart. This is the synthetics formation, and not a shock that it's just exploding. So if you see anything that has a square formation, if it holds, this is what Pepe did 2 years ago when I started with Toby. That was her big call. She's like, yeah, she was using, you know, whatever she was using at the time. She was using tarot cards, and then I just discovered she doesn't need the tarot cards. She could just sit there, we talked about it. She could just look at the chart and tell you. But she picked Pepe, and Pepe exploded. Then I got the sequel with the GAN model, and whatever this is, it's the Pepe synthetics formation. It's not going to stop. ETH up 8%. God, how long have I been on this thing? An hour and a half. Okay. So I think I've made the point, right? So here's the ETH tactical report. Okay. These are the coins, right? And I've got these reports, coin picks for May 8th through the 12th. What's today? The 10th? Oh, well, let's see. Let's see what it picked. Sector analysis and top picks. Solana and Sui. Fetch render. Ondo injective. Doge bonk. Coin of the day schedule. This is what's going in Patreon, right? Coin of the day, coin of the week, right? Here's the biblical. This is the store, right? I can't believe people are not on this AI forecast. GAN crypto forecast, May, June, and July for the big coins. That's a roadmap. And don't forget the Solana 7, and I marked antivirus down to $7.99. I have to put a price tag on antivirus in writing because fudsters grab it and are mean. So I'm going to make them stick a credit card in to get it, which I know they won't do. So I marked it down to move. People, listen. If you're in a far off land, subscribe to this channel. If you got any money, you are at the bottom of the second inning. Where is this thing going to be on Monday morning? When they open these ETFs up? Like you think, what, we're the only ones on Saturday watching this? Guys are sitting around in their loafers and their sport jackets. That's what guys on the East Coast wear. And I forgot about this. What does the market love to do on American and Western holidays? We got Mother's Day coming up. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. What does the market love to do? Everyone's out shopping. Everyone's getting mom some presents. And they're like, oh my God, look at this thing. They may do this tomorrow. Everybody may eat their dinner, and then it could be boom. Or they're just going to do it all today. Like, let's do it today. Let's take ETH up 20%. You don't think ETH can go up 20%? I said I was going to stop. I can't stop. Okay, let's talk about why ETH can go up 20% in one day. You know why? Because when ETH is a disaster, ETH can go down 25% in one day. So here's the ETH wick down, because I don't know, it was all over in ETH, and you know, it was never going up again. And oh my God, if everything's going to crash, ETH's going to go to zero. So I better hurry up and sell it. Whatever, right? Like when ETH goes down, this was the yen carry trade, right? And I'm not kidding when I say this, and I'm not making fun of anybody. This thing was, this wick, which I believe was on a weekend, like a Sunday night, because it was, you know, again, it was Asia driven. I had grown men calling me. ETH went from 3,400 to 2,200. And on this wick, I had grown men calling me from a supermarket, like serious dudes who don't get upset about stuff, calling me up going, dude, what is going on? So ETH went from 3,400 to 2,200 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. Okay. This move, wait for it, wait for it. This move was 20% down. They can do 20% on the upside. Why not? Right? Oh, I forgot this. American-made crypto PAAL. Okay, so we did PAAL. And again, I forgot to log in the Lunar Crush before the show, and Eagle King is going to probably kick my ass for that. But there, if you look at Banter Bubbles and Lunar Crush, you can click a button and see all of the American-made cryptos. Let me see how fast I can get it called up here, and we'll just look at it. Like nobody can do this like Toby can do it. Well, the GAN model can help filter what she does, which is amazing, right? It's like, give me the tactical stuff and give me the longer term stuff. It's mind boggling, right? Here we go. Now, again, if you don't have any money, see this made in the USA? Watch this. We have some stuff to choose from. I got a request I haven't even gotten to yet. This is in the last hour. Okay, let's look at today. Okay, so we have some things to choose from here. Arrow, right? May move a little slow. Avalanche. Guys in Patreon are like, can you go through the Avalanche universe? I got to find the Avalanche universe. I got to find it. Lunar Crush doesn't have the ETH universe in it. You can't find the ETH universe. They don't have it. By ecosystem. Okay, so they have it in Banter. This is your choices for American-made cryptos. You want to know which ones they're going to buy? They're going to buy all of them. They're going to buy everything. Everything. GFI, Chainlink, Ondo. The machine spit out, the GAN machine spit out INJ. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't heard about that in how long? EOS was up 20% like 3 days ago. Like, I know EOS rebranded itself somehow. Like, EOS was supposed to be the next Solana. By the way, this is what we do on the YouTube member live stream, except Toby is obviously way better because she just looks at these things and picks stuff. This is the American-made crypto universe, and we may have to do a Made in America report. We're definitely going to be Lunar Crush. I can't believe this. And again, I just sent it to Toby. It's probably what we're going to do on Tuesday because it's going to take that long to get it together. There's 30 coins in the DeFi AI sector, and I think I showed it already. Forget about it. I mean, when we do these podcasts, we kind of give it to you so you can just like put it on in your car and listen, right? And you can take notes, but it's a conversational format with screen sharing and PowerPoint, right? So this is me shouting with PowerPoint. This is the other thing is Toby whispering with PowerPoint, and Patreon has multiple ways to shop. It's whatever, honestly, whatever you got the money for. Rather than charging people $200, we broke it up to make it easier. Particularly easier for people to stay in when it goes down, so that when you come back in, you just come back in like my old boss at Goldman, right? Like an absolute, he's like a zero hedge star now. Like an absolute madman. 2 words, buy breakouts. Okay, I got to get off the stream. We will see you tomorrow, Sunday, Mother's Day, tomorrow.